हेलो एवरीवन। कैसे हैं आप सब। आज मैं फिर से एक नई बुक लेकर आई हूँ आपके साथ, जिसके थ्रू हम अपने सेल्फ प्रोजेक्शन को, सेल्फ बिलीफ को, सेल्फ एस्टीम को बढ़ाएंगे। क्योंकि ये बुक है यू कैन, और ये इट इज अ समरी ऑफ अ very small topics. We can find out here around 75 chapters in this book. But don't worry, we have a summary of this 75 chapters. So let's finish this book in 2.5 hours. This book, first line is the king is the man who can. So yes, if you can, you is the king of your life. This book is written by the George Matthew Adams, and it is very helpful book for your dream, for your life. And because if you know that even history of the biography of a great man has shown that the reading of books has been critical to their growth, right? Because information taken in small amounts can lead to positive habit. Good habits in some way, success is in itself entirely a matter of habit. Habits both of thoughts and of action. If you are aware about the Lincoln, young Abe Lincoln, he walked several miles to borrow books and read by the light of fireplace. Lincoln's education came mostly from books that he was able to borrow. Even you know about the little wonder that the third prime minister of US, that is Thomas Jefferson, once he remarked, I could not live without books. So read this small book and watch for a little bits of information that will assist you on your road to success. So let's start with the first chapter of summary, and the first chapter name is You Can. Under this chapter we have the 3 points of summary. So first one, the thing always happen that you really believe in, and the belief in a thing makes it happen. Point 2, to be successful in any sort of endeavor, you must have defined goal towards which to work. You must have defined plan for attending this goal. Nothing is ever accomplished that is worthwhile without a defined plan or procedure that is systematically and continuously followed day by day. Point 3. You will find it easier to be successful if you first know what you want. Next, you must plan to take action to get started. You will not be likely to know all the answer when you start, but you must not let that prevent you from beginning your success journey. So this is completed. Now, next chapter name is 50-50. Under this chapter, again, we can find out the 3 points of summary. So the first point, the fragrance always stay in the hand that gives the rose, because no man in all this world ever rightfully gets more than he gives. On the basis 50-50, be glad to give as much as you take. Second point, a cornerstone of the Think and Grow Rich philosophy is that the more you give, the more you get. In everything you do for your customer, your associates, your employees, your family, practice doing just a little more than is expected. You will stand out because there is no traffic jam on the extra mile, and you will discover that service to others in one of life's greatest riches. Point 3. On the principle of success is sowing and reaping. For some reason, many people seems to be waiting on their ship to come in rather than swimming out to meet it. Therefore, they never really understand the success principle. And it is not possible to carry one to success, but we can assist others by helping them to help themselves. Next chapter is silence. Under this silence, we have a 2 point summary. First, silence has one major advantage. It gives no one a clue as to what your next move will be. The world is coming to the idea of silence. Fewer words, more did doing. Second point. Consider adopting the habit of silent hour when you will be still and listen for that small, still voice that speaks from within, thus discovering the greatest of all powers, creative vision, the one power that can shift you from the failure side of the river of life over to the success side. During your silent hour, you will be alone, alone with yourself and God. This is one hour you cannot share with any other. You must go into the silence alone, of your own free will and accord. After you get there, you must speak for yourself. No one can speak for you, and nothing will happen, save only that which you inspire by the use of your own initiative. Also, nothing of great importance may happen to you outside of your silent hour. Expect that which you inspire by your own personal initiative and creative vision inspire the development of personal initiative. Our next chapter is character. Under this chapter, we have the 3 points of summary. First point. It is impossible for a man to be cheated by anyone but himself. You can tell the character of every man when you see how he receives praise. Point 3. The ability to create and maintain a good impression of yourself in the mind of other people smooths over many of the bumps in the road to success. It can also mean the difference between inspiring antagonism or cooperation in people, whether you have just met them or have known them for years. Our next chapter is mistakes. Under this, we also have a 3 points of something. First point. The greatest mistake you can make in life is to continuously fear you will make one. Point 2. If the first plan which you adopt does not work successfully, replace it with a new plan. If this plan, if this new plan fails to work, replace it in turn with still another, and so on, until you find a plan which does work. Right here is the point at which the majority of men meet with failure because of their lack of persistence in creating new plans to take the place of those which fail. Point 3. Learning from our mistakes is simply the way one views what has taken place. Results that are not the ones anticipated can be a reason to quit, or obstacle can be counted as a stepping stone. The acceptance of a mistake as a lesson can be used to urge one forward. Our next chapter is ruts. Under this, we have a 2 points of summary. First point. Where will you be and what will you be doing 10 years from today if you keep on doing what you are doing now? So, it means one of the important lessons of this life is to learn to keep out of ruts because everyone is bound to strike them at times, but they should be gotten out of immediately. For to stay in a rut is to stick still and stagnate while others pass you and forget you. So keep your eye open and your mind awake. Point two. The person with a defined major purpose, faith, and determination may, because of circumstances beyond his control, be swept occasionally from the success side of this great river to the failure side. But he will not long remain there. But his mental reaction to his defeat will be sufficiently strong to carry him back to the success side where he rightfully belongs. Realize that failure or defeat are only temporary. Nature's may of bringing out humility and wisdom and understanding. Realize too that with every adversity there is the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. So from now, read this title, Ruts, talk over again, resolving that you will from this time on stay out of the rut business. Next chapter is together. Under this, we have 2 points of summary. First point, never mistake motion for action. Means to get there is to get together. Point two, teamwork procedure produces power, but whether the power is temporary or permanent depends upon the motive that inspired the cooperation. If the motive is one that inspires people to cooperate willingly, the power produced by this sort of teamwork will endure as long as that spirit of willingness prevails. If the motive is one that focuses people to cooperate by fear or any other negative cause, the power produced will be temporary. Great physical power can be produced by coordination of the effort of individuals, but the endurance of that power, its quality, scope, and strength are derived from that intangible something known as the spirit in which people work together for the attainment of common end, where the spirit of teamwork is willing, voluntary, and free. It leads to the attainment of a power that is very great and enduring. So get together, then stick together. Next chapter is win. Under this chapter, we have 3 points of summary. First point, where there is nothing to lose by trying and a great deal to gain if successful, by all means try. Point two, every person who wins in any understanding in undertaking must be willing to burn his ship and cut all sorts of retreat. Only by so doing can be sure of maintaining that state of mind known as a burning desire to win essential to success. Last point. It is very important to expect to win or to accomplish each goal you set out to reach. Wanting to overcome obstacle will be more likely if you expect to win. One big reason for a winning attitude is that you will take the necessary steps and not quit when the going gets difficult. Our next chapter is time. Under this, we have 4 points of summary. First point, the reason I beat the Austrians is they didn't know the value of 5 minutes. Point two, as if you could kill time without enduring eternity. So, time is effort harnessed and worked to a full day's portion. Time has no business, boats, no moin millions hired, no fast leg earned boys, house, no clerk, king, no problem, rules, no state. Time used to profit today will accumulate power for you tomorrow. Success does not require a great amount of knowledge about anything, but it does call for the persistent use of whatever knowledge one may have. Successful people know themselves, not as they think they are, but as their habit have made them. Therefore, you should take inventory of yourself so that you may discover where and how you are using your time. Our next chapter is success. Under this, we have a 3 points of summary. First, there is the only one success to be able to spend your life in your own way, or success is simply a matter of luck. Ask any failure. Point two. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other one thing. Success is achieved and maintained by those who keep trying. Point three. Many people believe that material success is the result of favorable breaks. The only break anyone can afford to rely upon is a self made break. This comes through the application of persistence. The starting point is definiteness of purpose. Our next chapter is dare. Under this dare, we have a 2 points of summary. First point. Immorality is but a simple matter of a decision to dare. A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are for. Point two. The three enemy which you shall have to clear out: indecision, doubt, and fear. Fear are nothing more than a state of mind. One's state of mind is subject to control and direction. Man can create nothing which he does not first conceive in the form of an impulse or thought. Nature has endowed man with absolute control over but one thing, and that is thought. So, dare to be a better man at your present task than the man who went before you. Dare to be a bigger man than the man ever you. But if you are, you will first have to initiate and dare. Our next chapter is backbone. Under the backbone, we have a 3 points of summary. First point, our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we often might been by fearing to attempt. There are two kind of backbones. The one with the back and no bone, and the one with both back and bone. Backbone, what a great thing have been put across in your name. Point two. Use it to stand alone with. Use it to bolster up your own individual resources. Use it to strengthen weaker backbones than your own. Use it for the working out of your entire character. Then deeds done will gather about you in a battalions, and opportunity will stand around Anxious or to introduce you to her friends. For the temple of success, point three, for the temple of success is upheld by the strong arm of men and women who have backbone and use it. So stiffen your backbone. Next chapter is pay. Under this, we have a 3 points of summary. First point. The truth is, a man a man is paid not merely for that which he know, but more particularly for what he does with what he know, or that which he can get other to do. Point two. The subject of pay is easily to put in the right perspective if you would take time to read Ralph's Waldo Emerson theory of compensation. Last point. Start today to pay up. Will yourself to do it catch fire and enthusiasm from the freedom and power that follow in the way of a man who owe not a dollar to any man. So abhor the debt, pay. Our next chapter is count. Under this, we have a 3 points of summary. First point. Lucky you are, then for you count. The world must you have, be somebody in the crowd, count. People, second point, people who are useful always count. You at your job, doing it as best you can, are sure to count. Point three, or last point. When you do your work better today than yesterday, you realize your genuine capacity and know that there is a no actual perfection except the perfection of doing better today than yesterday. Strive, strive for this, and you need have no concern as to whether or not you will count. You will. Our next chapter is why. Under this, we have again 3 points. Basically, we have a under this chapter we get the lot of story which are directly related to Napoleon Hills. And under this summary, we have considered the two story of the Napoleon Hills as a summary point. So our first summary point is ask yourself this question: am I success or a failure? If you are a failure, no amount of explanation will change the results. For the one thing the world will never forgive is failure. The world wants success. It worships success, but it has no time for failure. The only way one may explain away his failure is by trimming his sail through self discipline, so the circumstances of his life will lead him to success. It is a great day in a person's life when he sits down quietly and has a heart to heart talk with himself, for he is sure to make a discovery about himself which will be helpful. Although his discovery may give him a shake, nothing is ever accomplished by merely wishing, hoping, or daydreaming. Earnest self analysis helps one to rise above this. No one can get something for nothing, although many have tried to do so. Everything worth having has a defined price, and that price must be paid. The circumstances of the one's life make this essential. Point two. What we desire in life is obtainable if we are willing to pay the price, whether it be weight control, financial security, or some other milepost we wish to reach. It will only be accomplished provided we pay the price. Discipline in our life is a necessity to reach goals that are worthy of our time and efforts. But do not expect to get what you want without paying the price. This is a very simple but important lesson. Our next chapter is phases. Under this, we have 3 points. 3 points of summary. First point. In this in hi- in this particular chapter, winning when it really counts. Lustberg point out there are three possible facial positions: the closed face, the neutral face, and the open face. The face you present to an audience can have a significant impact on your message. Audience instinctively assume that you can learn a great deal of what's going on in a person's mind by the expression on his face. Point two, which is related to closed face. The closed face result from the creation of a virtual line between the brow and from lines. Point two. The neutral face look did. Nothing moves but the mouth. And last point is open face. Your eyebrow are elevated and horizontal lines appear in your forehead. Lustberg point out that people open their face a lot when they are in animated conversation, talking to a baby, playing with a kitten or puppy, or telling a favorite story. So we completed the still face chapter, and next chapter is responsibility. So this is a very good chapter, responsibility. We will discuss this topic in our next video. Till, thank you so much. Listen this audio and tell me how this book is helpful to you, how it works for you, and how you feel, how how it is. This is a book story, right? So if you want to discuss your any problem and if you want any solution from my side, you can mail me on my email ID, that is gracefuluniverse at the gmail.com. Here you can send your problem. I can provide you the solution. Or if you have any other query, you can comment it under this video. Thank you so much for listening this book.